Well, hello and welcome to the Internal Mobility Podcast, where we explore all of the ways for you to reach your potential here at Randstad while also making this giant company a little easier to know and understand. Today, we have something very special happening. It's a little different than the stories we tell here about folks moving between specialties. I asked my boss, Melinda Randolph, to tell me who is the longest tenured employee in this organization. And today she is with us. Her name is Suzanne Hollnagel. Welcome, Suzanne. Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, Chris. Thank you for inviting me to join this call. I think I didn't realize until this moment I was the most tenured employee. So
congratulations.
Thank you. It's been a great journey.
Well, tell us what's kept you here at Randstad for 41 years.
Yeah, I started my career in the staffing industry, really working at manufacturing and logistics desk and going to office professional staffing a couple of years later. But really the big thing for me in my career has been part of the team that supported the Monsanto account here in St. Louis. Monsanto was our biggest account, and in the mid to late 80s, they really started to grow using a lot of staffing in their research labs. And so I was able to come in as an account manager and be able to staff for those labs. And then a few years later, I was able to move on site as an on-site manager. So it was really a great opportunity, not just to help candidates find work, but also to be able to partner with our managers and really learn more about what they were doing in their labs. And so I got to tour the labs and understand the technology of what they were doing and be able to share that with the candidates that I was working with. And we just continued to grow our business over the next 10 to 15 years with Monsanto, starting here in St. Louis, and then eventually branching into other sites that Monsanto had across the Midwest and on the East Coast, and then out in California and Arizona. So it's been a great ride for me, but my journey also includes the fact that in 2006, I lost my husband very suddenly. And all of a sudden I was working and being a single mom to two young kids and being able to do what I love to do and to work for a company that really supported me over the years when I needed that time to be a mom to them has just been a really great experience for me. So I feel like as best I could, I've had the best of both worlds between being a mom and being a business professional. But over the years, I've had new challenges that I've faced. I've had opportunities to grow within my fields of recruiting and managing talent and things like that. And that has been very rewarding to me. And I think that's been the biggest thing that's kept me in this field for all these years.
Yeah, it's interesting because so many people, or I guess every one of us, has a different perspective on what growth is. And talk about a partner for talent. You have been taking good care of Monsanto for how many years?
Probably over 35, probably 37, 38 years.
And they've probably given you a lot of problems to solve since then, right? Always something new to solution for and ways to provide value, and we get to grow along the way.
Right. And in my early days supporting Monsanto, the big areas were co-employment. And as we were on site, it was really working with our managers to help them understood what our roles and responsibilities were as the legal employer. So we wanted them to know what we do in supporting the management of the employees as their employer and what they should be responsible for as a manager. So co-employment was really huge back then. And, again, it really gave me a chance to build those relationships with our managers and to make sure that we were managing our employees as we needed to.
And you probably solved dozens of problems for them, like since then, right? And it sounds like through your solutioning and impact opportunity, you've been able to even expand the footprint and make good things happen for them everywhere.
Yeah, and I think, we were lucky to be on site in St. Louis, but, growing into these sites where we did not have a chance to go out and see the operations was a new challenge, but we were able to develop recruiting methods that helped us, attract the talent to work at these sites and to really understand as best we could from afar what these sites were doing, what their labs look like, what their offices look like. So we could have that knowledge to understand their needs and be able to attract the talent to come in and fill those needs, because we have to be able to give them the best understanding of what that position is going to be. So There were some challenges, but I think, we were able to be very successful in growing our numbers in those locations outside of St. Louis.
You know what I love when we talk about those numbers and improving our numbers is that those are life changes, right? It's companies that are more successful because they get to partner with us because we are their partner for talent. Like real great things happen that really spell out those numbers along the way. I think that's part of what makes this place so incredibly compelling. So in the last 41 years, I am guessing you've gone through some tough seasons. Of course, you have gone through some tough seasons. And there could be somebody listening to us now that is walking through one of those seasons. And maybe they're considering taking their talent out to the marketplace. And I'd like to know what advice you would give them. What should they be thinking about?
And, I think one of the really great things I love about Randstad is there is so much opportunity here. And I think there are different ways we can use our strengths and really, hone in on our interests. And I think for me, the biggest thing is just really having those honest conversations with my leadership. I've been very lucky over my career to really work with some great leaders, but there are people that listen to what I have to say, suggestions that I make about what I'd like to be doing, whether that's supporting the recruiting or the account management. It's just being able to have those conversations. And, today I'm kind of in the later part of my career. So we've had conversations on how I want to spend these next couple of years with Randstad and what skills I'd like to be using, where I feel I can contribute. But I think having those conversations have helped my managers understand what's important to me. And I know they will work with me to find ways that I can utilize my strengths and still contribute to growth within Randstad.
That's great. Nobody's a mind reader, right? And you own your career. Like you're responsible to advocate for yourself. And we've got great structures, like great conversations here that are intended for you to do just that. Awesome advice. Now, if you had to pick just one, you only get to pick one reason, one Randstad why, what would that be for you, Suzanne?
So there are many, but the big why for me is helping talent find work. I think it's easy to help people find a job, but my focus has always been find a job that people are going to be excited to go to work every day for. So I really try to understand what's important for that candidate as they look at what they want to do with their career, what skills they want to use, what contributions they hope to make, what some of their future plans are, and really just to find those positions that help them reach those goals. So I'm very passionate about making that right fit. And, it's very important for our client, but it's so important for our talent because that's where they're going to give the best of themselves. So I think really understanding what's important to them and focusing on that as I work with my managers and find that right opportunity for them.
Well, no wonder you've been making great things happen for your client for more than 35 years now. Congratulations to you on a beautiful 41-year career and finding ways to grow every single day. And thank you so much for being here.
It's been a great journey, and I'm so proud to be a part of this team. So, Chris, thank you for letting me share my story today.